Hello my dearly dears, and get ready for part 2 of our Messy Feelings project. In the last video, we went over what the project's going to look like, a little bit of an overview, and part 1, which was pattern and planning. And I actually finished my plant pattern, and I'm really proud of it. Here is my plant and skull pattern. I'm so proud of it. It turned out so well. So now I have to start thinking about my next layer in the project. We are going to be doing a blind, modified, or complex contour drawing to go on top of our pattern. And if you don't remember which one is which, you came to the right place. In a blind contour drawing, you don't look at your paper at all. You look only at the object. It's probably going to be a lot messier, but it's a lot of fun to do. With a modified contour drawing, you don't look at the paper while you draw, but if you stop drawing, you can still look back at the paper. This one starts to look a little bit better because you can actually readjust where your pencil is and add some of those details. And finally, we have complex contour drawing. This is when you can actually go back and fix some of the things that you've done during a modified contour drawing. This includes erasing, adding more details, and sometimes just completely redoing a section. Each of these has a positive and a negative to it. On the one hand, you can't see anything while you're doing blind contour drawing, but it's kind of nice because you have no control almost, and you don't have to worry about how the end product looks. It's supposed to be messy. In modified contour drawing, it's a little bit more in control, but still kind of messy. And a lot of people feel freedom in not having to think about it, but also having a little bit of power over where things are and not going completely out of control. And lastly, complex contour drawing, you have the most control over it. You can go back, redo things. Some people really like being in control and having that power, and some people don't. They just want to draw it and be done. Whichever one you choose is up to you. But our next step is to figure out what you want to draw. Since this is our Messy Feelings project, you're going to want to choose something that has to do with your subject for your project on Messy Feelings. Again, I gave the example of using my syringes from my diabetic supplies in my first one. And for my plant one, yep. Might as well do plants. Now, your object or person must be something physical. I want you to be able to see the photograph, or even better, have something in person that you can be drawing. No drawing drawings. Remember, if you absolutely have to use a photo and not something in real life, yes to drawing from a photograph, no from drawing from a drawing. Once you know what you're drawing, you have to figure out how many and how big they're going to be. And that, my dears, is up to you. What costume change? I don't know what you're talking about. It's fine, it's fine. So anyway, you have a couple of options. You could either do one big drawing, or you can do a couple of small ones. I did one big one and two small ones just to see which one I liked best. This is Ferdinand. Ferdinand is the most recently acquired plant of my house. He's been here a whole week and still hasn't died. We'll see how long he lasts. For Ferdinand's portrait, I decided to do a blend of modified and complex contour drawings, plus a little bit of watercolor. I think it turned out pretty well. As you can see from the sketchbook, it's pretty big, so that would be my one big one. But just like Ferdinand's a little big for almost any space in my house, so is his drawing. Honestly, I could just turn the whole thing sideways and it would look great like this. But I kind of want my background to be up and down, so we'll try again. Here are two other little plants that I am currently trying to keep alive. They are cute little succulents. Look how cute they are. God, I hope I can keep them alive. Luckily, these drawings won't ever die. If they ever focus. There we go. Now you can see from these two that they are much smaller than the Ferdinand one. Honestly, they're about half the size. Which means I get to decide where they are on the page and kind of play with that a little bit. Where to put them? I could put one up here and one over here. I could put one over here and one over here. I could put them both in the center. I could put one on top of the other. There are so many different ways that I could play with these. Honestly, I kind of like them a little bit tilted and at diagonal corners. So there we go. So basically, size and number of drawings really depends on you. How do you want it to look? Do you want to have multiple little ones, 2, 3, or even 4? Or do you want to have one big one in the center or even off center? This is completely up to you. This is your choice, your design, your art. And that's that. I hope you enjoy making these contour drawings as much as I did. But anyway, have fun and stay curious.